I'm disappointed. I thought you were going to do the YouTube intro.
What's up, guys?
What's up, YouTubers?
Testing. Now that sounds really good. Welcome back to another episode of the Oil and Gas Startups Podcast. I'm here with my main man, Collin. What's up, dude?
What's up, man?
And we are joined today by Ryan Baker of Arc Aerial. What's up, dude?
How's it going, guys?
Not much, man. It's been a while.
Yeah.
So, kind of give everybody an overview of kind of what you guys do.
Yeah, well, we are a enterprise drone as a service company. So we come in and act as basically a bolt-on drone department for oil and gas companies and commercial general contractors, flight, data processing, data analytics, and reporting. So do that for both of those industries and been growing quite a bit.
So, do you guys have certain types of sensors that you equip on the drones that capture, was it like thermal, maybe like leak detection, things like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing how much it's changed over the past few years. And there's something called LiDAR. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that, but it's a laser scanner that builds a 3D model. It's highly accurate. It's like 700,000 points per second. So you get a really accurate topographic map.
That's crazy.
So there's all sorts of different payloads you can put on it, but it just depends on what questions you're trying to answer.
What gave you this idea? I want to know a little bit about you. Give us your life story and how you got into this.
So yeah, I was working on these archaeological excavations as a student. One in particular in 2012 was in central Italy. I had the opportunity to work with a brilliant guy. He and I had a joint project where we were getting the GPS locations of every artifact that they had excavated there since 1966. And it was a huge project because the further you go back, the worse the data is. So we wanted more data. So at the end of the season, I thought about it, and I'd seen drones on YouTube and talked to some professors about it and decided I just want to start a company. Let's see where it goes and see if we can build drones for universities to use.
Be on the lookout. I'm going to convince Brian to let us come out and see some drones. We'll take some videos, so make a good time out of it.
Absolutely. Great conversation. It was good having you here, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
So think about this. That software, if we build that midstream software for the pipeline projects and they want that mapping, you could integrate their service. So instead of creating this virtual map, you just create a real-time map.
My thing was I wanted to be Donald Draper before Donald Draper existed. But I graduated in December of 2009 and there weren't any marketing. Like I wanted to be in advertising. There were no advertising jobs in 2009. So I just ended up in sales. And I was like, oh, I'm kind of good at this. Like so I stuck with it. And then I like the tech too. Like I study it and like I'm teaching myself to develop.
So we are sitting here with our buddy Hazem from Universal Threat Protectors. The mouthful. Universal Threat Protectors. What's up, dude?
What's up, guys?
So you're not just a thread protector manufacturer. You've actually got a new technology, a new type of thread protector.
Oh yeah, it's we call it's the revolution in threat protectors. Actually, one of our customers called it Protectors 2.0. So I like that.
You got to coin that as a name.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Let's talk a little bit about your background. So tell us about yourself. What got you into oil and gas, and kind of how you got up to this point.
Got my first job with one of the leading oil and gas service companies. Stayed there for 10 years. Stayed within the service sector for 7 more years. Manufacturing equipment, and lastly was tubulars.
Okay.
And at that point, after 17 years in corporate America, it was about time for me to move on and do my own thing. So I was crazy enough to go to business school and start the company. A lot of people would run down. They say, you know what, fuck it, I'm out of this. I'm not gonna continue. And then you hear no, now I found a better, a different way of doing it, or a better way of doing it. You can look at it in both ways, right? It's a failure, or no, actually now I learned something that I shouldn't be doing.
I think you're absolutely right. And if you are not good at failure, you are not an entrepreneur. You have to be able to, take it on the chin every single day, and just, sometimes it just sucks and it's awful, but at the same time, I'd rather do that than ever work for somebody else in my life again.
Well, we appreciate you coming on the show.
No, thank God, that was awesome. I enjoyed it.
Thank you, man.
Awesome, man.
All right.
Oh, cool. Good one, man.
Yeah, guys, it was awesome.
Yeah, man.
That was
Thank
before,
you.
yeah.
That was great.
We're going to Yard House meet up with Alex from Deloitte. He's a senior level manager for their energy consulting group. Listens to the podcast. He reached out to us, so I'm gonna go meet with him. He's a machine learning guru, way smarter than I am, so hopefully get to learn some stuff from him.
I'm regretting this.
We went the classy way. We got our bottle of wine, and Jake over here just had to be a degenerate to get the biggest beer that they had in the house, which happens to be 1.5 feet tall.
You got to fit it in the oil field. Come on. It's okay.
I was showing Jake your resume, and actually I hadn't even looked at your full resume until yesterday. I was like, holy shit, man. I was like, you're like a machine learning guy. Like, you know everything.
I'm as close as you can get without actually going to get a PhD, but I'm definitely a self-taught.
Yeah.
That's
awesome, man.
Consultants get a bad rap because a lot of time, especially as you get more senior in consulting, you find yourself in the position of selling things that you don't necessarily know about.
Yeah, that's the problem with most people, is that you don't have an in-depth understanding of what you're actually consulting on.
At some point a few years ago, I decided that if I was going to be selling machine learning and analytics solutions, I wanted to understand it at more than a PowerPoint level. I lead a lot of our offerings around oilfield services for digital work, which, as you know, it's a little bit like, going boldly into the 1990s at some clients.
Had a busy day today.
Extremely busy. I'm fucking exhausted.
Yeah,
to be honest with
I woke
you.
up at 5 o'clock this morning, thought that'd be a good idea to train some jiu-jitsu, and then had a conversation with KCG Capital at 9 o'clock this morning. They're looking to do some alternative investments in oil and gas, and we recorded 2 podcasts. Had a meeting with MongoDB at lunch, excited to help them out, see what we can do with them. And then
Another podcast. Well, a meeting and another podcast, some paperwork.
yeah, had a meeting with a blockchain
Last
conference.
meeting
So meeting with Deloitte. So say the least, fucking tired. I'm meeting out, calling it a day. Be back at it tomorrow morning. Catch y'all later.